New RBI Deputy Governor M.K. Jain has been named as the new RBI Deputy Governor for the next 3 years. Currently, he stands as the Managing Director of IDBI Bank. Remember, there was lots of question marks being raised as to who would replace RBI Deputy Governor S.S. Mundra. He will complete his 3-year term. He did complete his 3-year term in July last year, and there were lots of applications that were received. Let's bring on board Poonam, who has got some street cred on the new RBI Deputy Governor, as well as the latest details on the same. Poonam.
In fact, Mr. M.K. Jain, well, I would say that as far as I recall, he had been at the helm of Indian Bank earlier, and post completing the tenure, rather not even completing the tenure possibly, he was taken from Indian Bank because of a very strong performance of Indian Bank versus the other PSU banking space peers. Mr. M.K. Jain was then held or then got the position of as MD and CEO of IDBI Bank currently, and now he has been selected as the Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India. And one of the possible reasons, according to my own market experience, states that the fact that Mr. M.K. Jain did a very excellent job in terms of managing Indian Bank. Then even today, Indian Bank has been one of the few banks or the second bank only in the entire PSU banking space which has reported a profit for 2018. Thus, I would say that a lot of the credential or credibility, I would say, because of that, Mr. M.K. Jain has got. At IDBI Bank now, post he becoming the Deputy Governor, it does mean that probably government would again have to search for another suitable candidate for IDBI Bank, because IDBI Bank has one of the highest number of NPAs, both in value terms as well as, of course, in percentage terms as well. So we would really have to get an equally respectable hand again for IDBI Bank to tide over these turbulent times. But as a Deputy Governor for RBI, I think pretty much a well-suited person for that kind of a position as well, with the kind of experience and with the kind of work that he has been doing in the entire banking industry.
Okay, so clearly filling Mr. Mundra's shoes, and Mahesh Kumar Jain with over 30 years of banking experience. Let's get on board my colleague Ruchi Bhatia, who gave us the details of the story. Ruchi, the new RBI Deputy Governor finally named after about a whopping 40 applications being submitted.
Absolutely, and not just 40 applications. Remember, this position has been empty at the Reserve Bank of India for almost about a year and a half, and now the government has finally appointed one of the very experienced bankers, M.K. Jain. He's the MD and CEO of IDBI Bank. He will be the Deputy Governor at the RBI for a term of 3 years. What is, of course, important to know that is the kind of credentials that M.K. Jain is coming with. The fact is that, although he was at IDBI Bank for about since 2017, before that he has been the MD and CEO of Indian Bank from November 2015 to March 2017. He has over 30 years of banking experience in various diverse areas, in various roles. He's also served on the board of various banks like Exim Bank, NIBM, IBPS, and he's also been a part of several committees to revamp the public sector banks. Like he was the secretary and coordinator of the Basant Seth Committee on review and revamp of internal and concurrent audit systems in public sector banks. He's also been the member of the government constituted committee on PILs, on NPAs. And apart from that, one thing is clear, that not just the fact that he has very good credentials as far as the banking system is concerned, but he is also, going to be at the helm of affairs and will be looking at the banking operations. And at a time like this, when we have seen how the banking system is riddled with NPAs, and they are facing a huge amount of trouble, given the fact that, life has seriously changed for a lot of bankers, for the LOUs as well, post the Punjab National Bank fraud case. So, his plate is going to be full. He will have a lot of work to look at. And finally, now that this appointment is coming in almost after a year and a half, there will, of course, be a lot of work that he will have to immediately look at as he takes over.
All right, thanks for that, Ruchi. Let's get on board Maithili Bushnulmat as well, who joins in with her expert commentary. Maithili, I have two questions for you. First, let's talk about the credentials of MK Jain taking over this position. Remember, as Ruchi flagged off, has been vacant for quite some time now. So finally, a very credible name filling Mr. Mundra's shoes. What do you make of the appointment of previous IDBI Bank and Indian Bank MD and CEO, Mr. MK Jain?
Well, certainly the good news is the government is finally, and I use the word finally with emphasis, appointed somebody to the post and has appointed a banker, because this is a position that has traditionally been occupied by a commercial banker, and there were reports that the IAS lobby, as usual, is trying to jostle for that position. So I'm very glad that it has not gone to a bureaucrat, because unlike the top post at the IRDA, the regulatory insurance regulator, which went to a bureaucrat,
Fortunately, we seem to have snapped that line, and as she was saying, Maithili, that a big sigh of relief that finally there's been someone who is filling the position, and B, the fact that it's not gone to the previous, the fact that there's been a lot of jostling for the post and it's not gone to a bureaucrat also comes as a big sigh of relief. But the other big question as well, not pertaining to the RBI, but of course is going to be is who is going to fill his shoes when it comes to IDBI Bank as well. So that's the latest development. MK Jain has been appointed.